Hi, everybody. It's Melissa Lee. Welcome to Girl Talk. It's been a little while since I've been able to come online and do a video. I was traveling for the last week and a half, so I surprised my mother on her birthday, which was last Saturday. And but I drove 2 days across country to Colorado to be there, and didn't tell anybody except my brother, and it went over just like I hoped. She was extremely surprised. So that was fun. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring any of Millie with me because they don't know and I had no privacy. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit because if you remember back in May, I had a visit out there and it went horribly. I was mad at my mother. I was mad at my brother. And there was a lot of anti-trans rhetoric being thrown about, mostly by my brother and his wife, who are extremely political. They still are. And I swore I was never going back. I would say about the last 6 weeks, I've started to learn to let a lot of my anger go. Things I've been holding on to for a very long time. It's not healthy. You can't change people. I did have a therapist I was seeing that I didn't like, and I got rid of her, but she said one thing that made so much sense to me about just just letting go. You can't change anybody. Just live in acceptance of who they are. Don't try to change them. And I know that the things my mother said that upset me, the things that my brother said about the trans community that upset me, but their minds are never going to be changed. Now, being back out there, they were really pressing me to move out there. Um, I'm, let's put it this way. I'm more open to it now than I was back then because I needed an attitude adjustment. So I am thinking about it because with my family, my brother's not in the best of health, and my mother is 87 now, and don't know how much longer she'll be able to take care of herself. And I feel some guilt and obligation. So I am considering it, but I haven't made any decisions. Because here's the thing, it's going to be very hard for me to transition and be me if I move out there. I've learned very quickly my family will not accept. So then I have to think, what am I going to do? Also, the area that I would be moving to is very conservative. I don't think there's a lot of resources out there for girls like us. I don't even know if there are a lot of girls like us out there. These are things I need to take into consideration because I don't want to be alone. At the same time, maybe there's a lot of girls out there that are kind of in the closet because of the environment. I don't know. If that's the case, I certainly have no problem with trying to organize something and get people together. I know there are a couple of LGBTQ clubs out there that are friendly, but not many. There's more up in Denver. I just have a lot of thinking to do. I really have a lot of thinking to do. You know, I had 2 full solid days of driving to get back home, and I'm kicking around this whole thing. What do I do? And what am I going to do with me? I had put myself away for 20 years, and I'm not ready to do that again. At the same time, I can't come out to my family. So does that mean what? I just am a part-time cross-dresser? I don't consider myself a cross-dresser. That's not who I am. So I don't know. Do I give up my dream? Or do I find a workaround? Because trust me, if I lived out there, I wouldn't be living near enough to any of them. I'd have plenty of privacy and I could do what I want. And I'm dressed down in between, if I'm around my family. But I still want to pursue all the medical aspects of it. Eventually they may find out. Actually, if I do what I want to get done, they're gonna find out. But not for a while. It's going to take some time. So I have some time on my side. But it's tough for those of us who are dealing with family who won't accept people. I'm talking to a friend of mine that's in a marriage, and her wife are going through marriage counseling because she has trouble um accepting her. We all have our issues. We're not accepted in society. We are and we aren't. It depends on where you're at. It's just, as I said before, we've never been more out there and more vilified than we are right now. I had a great week with my family, except for the very last day. My sister-in-law, my brother, they were watching something about that trans shooter who, I guess the police leaked this manifesto that she did, and it was all this rant against religion and the church and whatever. And then my sister-in-law, well, they said something about the bathroom issue again. That's always the big deal. And that some states were not going to do that. They're putting in laws to prevent that, like they did in Florida, which upsets me. And my sister-in-law just, what's the right word? Somebody used the right word, with venom, said, good, those people are all mentally ill. So I sat there and I looked over at her, thought about saying something, looked away and realized it wouldn't have done anything except cause a big ass stink when I was supposed to be out there for my mother's birthday. So, table that for now. We unfortunately have to deal with hate. We have to deal with a lot of political BS. I've said before and I'll say it again. I'm in the middle. I lean a little bit both ways. In a lot of ways, I'm libertarian in that just leave me alone and let me live my life. Don't interfere. I don't know. All I know is my attitude's been kind of changing lately. I'm just accepting more. I'm accepting that there's a lot of things I can't change. Life is an experience. We're here to experience things, and boy, oh boy, I'm experiencing things, especially at this stage in my life. And all I can do is try to make the best decisions for me. I'm trying not to be too selfish because I know my family is going to need some help. I would prefer they would accept Melissa. That ain't going to happen. So I've got to get creative. I can still have my whole life just like I do here. I have girlfriends here in groups that I'm a part of, and I'm going out this weekend with about 15 other girls out to dinner for an event, girls' night out event. I'm looking forward to it. And I live far enough away from my wife's family that they'll never know. So I'm isolated here, so I can do whatever I want. I could be me almost all full time which I got another month and a half to go because I gave myself an entire year. I wouldn't do anything until an entire year passed, and that's January 1st. But I'm moving towards it, and it's going to be the same thing as long as I'm still here in New Jersey. I got to do the same thing around them. If they were astute enough, they would see the signs. I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know a lot. And any of my fellow trans women out there who've gone through transition, maybe have experienced a lot of the same things that I'm experiencing or talking about, please put your comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to get other people's perspectives on this. I am not going away. I am not stopping being who I am. I am not going to just be a part-time crossdresser because I'm not a crossdresser. I know in my heart since I was 6 years old, it's not cross-dressing. Nothing against the girls who do cross-dress. That works for them. That's what they like. Good. Everyone is on a separate journey. My journey right now is complicated. And after going the last 12 days or so of not being able to be myself, I had to. Now that I'm home, I got back in late last night. I had to be me today, make this video today. It helps remind me how good I feel, how natural I feel being me. I smile again. So anyway, that's what's happening with me, and I've got a lot to think about. If I move, I'm kind of moving into the lion's den. And in some ways, I look at it from a spiritual point of view. If I am really pushed and called and I know I have to move out there, I'll go where I'm needed to go. And if it's into an area that's not as friendly as where I'm at, I'll find a way to make it work. I just have to be careful, think about things, be aware of my situation, and we'll see what happens. It could be the best thing I ever done, or it could suck, and I might have to put up with it for a couple of years because I don't think I'm going to be out there more than a couple of years, and then move on. I just don't feel like that's would ever be my permanent home. I think I'm destined to bounce around a little bit for the rest of my life because I don't feel drawn to any one place as my forever home. I've moved so much in my life. We'll see what happens. So anyway, that's my update. I'm going to be around a lot more often between now and the end of the year. I'll do some more videos. I'm going to try to do some live streams, and I'll put up an announcement the next time I can do a live stream so we can get a bunch of people in here. But again, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, hit like, share it with your friends, and please leave comments because I get a lot of great comments from people, and I try to respond to all of them or acknowledge all of them. So let's keep this going. I'm enjoying it. I've got some ideas for some things moving forward in the coming years. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. And I'll be streaming on Kick a few times. And I will be on my Facebook page. So you can reach out to me there. All my contact information is down below. And I look forward to talking to you all soon. So be good humans, and we'll talk again. Bye-bye.